And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, one of my favorite games is Queen's Necklace. This is one of the first games that Days of Wonder came out and is still in my collection. However, there is now a reprint. Great! As I said, great games are reprinted, and Queen's Necklace has been reprinted by Cool Mini or not. Now, Days of Wonder is known for their quality, so is Cool Mini or not. Is the game the same? Is it worth getting? You probably haven't heard of this game. Let's check it out and see what it's like. At the beginning of the game, you're going to put these gems out here on these spots. It shows, each game's going to be different. There's going to be different gems that are fashionable. Diamonds aren't fashionable at all right now, but emeralds are fashionable. And then also you're going to shuffle a big deck of cards and place some cards out here on the board. Each card has a track here with a cost, and there's a clear disc that's placed on the top of each of these tracks. Now on your turn, if you have any cards in your hand that show a character, a blue character, you can play these cards, but whether you do or not, players have a chance to purchase something. Now on your turn, you have 10 coins that you can spend. These are kind of virtual coins. You don't get any change from them. So I look out here, and this diamonds cost 10, the ring costs 9, amber costs 6, the banker costs 10, the thief costs 8. I can only buy one card, so let's say I decide to buy the diamonds here. They cost 10, so I take these and put these in my hand. The rest of the cards' prices are then all knocked down one, and we draw another card from the top of the deck, put it there, and put the price at the highest amount. The next person's turn, they also will have 10, so they could buy the king for 8, the ring for 7, the amber for 4, the banker for 8, and the thief for 6. So they could buy the amber for 4 and the thief for 6. If they did that, then both those cards would come off. All the other cards would drop down 1, and we would add 2 more cards to the top of the pile and put the discs at the top of them. And this is how the game works, essentially. Now, if a card ever goes down to the X on it, then that card is removed and discarded, and we keep going. So players are going to do this. They're going to be grabbing cards. They will have cards that they can play, as I said, from their hand. Like a thief lets you steal a card randomly from another person's hand. The forger here, you can choose an opponent and a gem type. They must discard a gem of that chosen type. Other people are kept until there is a sale. Now, at 3 points in the deck, about 1/3 each, a merchant card is going to show up. And when a merchant card shows up, you stop everything and you're going to have a sale. Players are going to choose from their hand what gems they want to sell. So players are going to pick gems from their hand and secretly pick them. You don't have to sell all your gems. On the third time you might as well, but the time before that you can save some gems. You're going to put them together. You can also put items with some of the gems, and then players will place them out on the board all simultaneous. What you'll do then is you're going to figure out which of these gems is the rarest. So I look here and I see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 diamonds. There's 5 emeralds. There are 2 ambers. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rubies. Well, in this case, because amber is the one that is the rarest, this one gets this added here. So you'll see that amber is not worth 1 point. It is actually worth 4. And diamonds and rubies are tied, so diamonds are 4th and rubies are 3rd. And here, the emeralds are the 2nd. So each of these is worth a certain number of points. Emeralds are worth 5, rubies are worth 3, amber's worth 4, diamonds are sadly worth 0. So then we take a look at each of the players and we see basically who has the most of each gem. So let's look at diamonds. So there are 3 diamonds here. So this player over here is player 3, player 2, player 1. Player 3 has 3 diamonds, so he has the most. So he sells 1 diamond. Unfortunately, diamonds are worth 0, so that's no good. If this player had done it, he would have been able to sell 2 diamonds. Again, worth 0, so no good. Here, the pearls, this one says, the pearls with amber, it says the rarity of this gem type is increased by 1. Now, Amber happened to be the rarest, but had it not been the rarest, it would have gone up by 1 because this player had played the pearls with it. As it is, because this player played the only person who played Amber, they're going to get 4 points because that's the value of Amber. This person played 1 ruby, this person played 5, so they get the 3 points for rubies. This person played 1 emerald, this person played 4, so they're going to get the 5 points for emeralds. But not only that, this earring says if you win a sale, sell 2 more jewels. So not only are they going to get 5 points, they're actually going to get 15 because they sell it 3 times over. Now, of course, this is kind of just a gamble when you put this out, because if you don't have the most, you won't sell any, and then this card is worthless. And like the rings will also allow you to sell additionals. So after this whole thing has been done 3 times, the game will end, and whoever has the most points is the winner. There's a few other cards in the game. Sometimes when you get a card, you'll play it in front of you, like this here. Whenever a card would be devalued, where the marker on the card is moved to X, you would automatically get it if this card's in play. There are musketeer cards that you can play then to stop when someone plays a thief, a forger, an assassin. Or you can play 3 together to get the Queen's Necklace. The Queen's Necklace, after which this game is played, you get the Queen's Necklace token, and this protects the gem from the king. All right, and if the king is played, then you'll get 5 victory points. So to be careful, you can play the Queen's Necklace along with one of the things, and it will stop the king. And you're saying, well, what's wrong with a king? Well, a king can be dangerous because when you play these during a sale with a certain type of gem, that gem is worthless. However, playing the king when someone else plays the Queen Necklace, well, you know, is a negative thing. And there's other things here. There's a courtier, the queen herself. You can take a gem that's just been revealed. More musketeers, because, you know, if you get 3 of them, you can get that Queen's Necklace. And playing these cards at the right moment will help you win the game. Now, you probably can tell, since I've already kept this game so long, that I do like Queen's Necklace. I like it very much. This is a collaboration between Bruno Cathala and Bruno Faidutti. It is an excellent game. It's one of their best. I really like the theming of it, the 3 Musketeer background theming. The idea of the cards devaluing and buying them was something that I enjoyed. I think that the new one has just as high quality. I think it's an excellent game. The original one came with a necklace, which was kind of ridiculous. There's only 1 card that has to do with it, so it kind of wasn't that big of a deal, even though it is the name of the game. This game does not have that, and that's fine. I like the clear chips in this one. You can see right through them. The board, while again not necessary, is just very handy to have that there and put all the cards on. And I really enjoy the size of these cards. I call them Dixit size cards. They're big, they're easy to hold. You're not worried about moving those price things because they're big enough. The cards are on them. It's easy to do so. This game is not going to appeal to everybody. There is a bit of a kind of a blind bidding thing to it because the whole game is about collecting cards. That's half the game, right? Collecting cards. You want to get the 3s and the 2s. You want to try to get a whole bunch of 1 gem to make sure you win that gem. But you probably want to win multiple gems. You want to grab people who are useful to you. There's like one person that when you play them in front of you, and now you have an extra coin to spend. So now you have 11 every round to spend. There's actually 2 of those. You can get 12 every turn. There's different cards, knowing when to play. There's certainly interaction between players. But then that sale is the other half of the game. And trying to figure out what to do there. You're like, oh, I want to have the most rubies. Well, that's great. But you better, if you're banking on rubies, someone else might be banking on rubies also. So when are you going to play those rings? Because playing a ring and or earrings at the right point will give you those extra sales, which gives you those extra points. And that to me is fascinating. Also the fashion. The gems are worth different values. There's a card that can change the fashion of different gems, but the rarity also. You know, a gem might not be very fashionable, but if you're the only person wearing it, it can be valuable. So there's a lot going on in the game, but you can get messed over. You can play a whole bunch of cards on the sales, and someone else happens to play 1 more of each of them, and then you lose by a lot. Now that would be problematic to me, except the game is short enough that I don't think it's that big of a deal, and I like that guessing the other people. Not only that, but you can watch the cards that other people are drawing. So if I see people drawing a lot of emeralds and I'm drawing emeralds, I know. So when the first sale comes up, I might say, okay, I'm not going to play any emeralds. Let them play their emeralds, and I'll keep mine for the second or third sale. Then, of course, if they don't sell any the first sale, then it's, oh, now we got to do this again. And I like that tension. I like the artwork. I like how the whole thing comes together in a good package. This is an excellent 3-player game. There's not many games that work really well with 3 players, but this one I thought did a good job at that. This is a great package. I mean, that's what we come to expect from Cool Mini or not at this point in time, but it is a great game. It deserved to be reprinted. I'm glad it has been. You should certainly check it out. Queen's Necklace. Dice Tower Judgment into my collection.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door!